Join the class, Ruchi. नहीं नया वाला ट्राइपॉड नहीं मिल रहा कॉपी से पूरे बाहर रखे रुचि हाय रुचि ट्राइपॉड नहीं मिल रहा है यहाँ पे नया ट्राइपॉड बड़ा सा रखा हुआ है हाँ उसको एक बार पूछेगा नहीं तो खराब हो जाएगा See last class till where we have done yes say matching we have done Ruchi formulating appropriate questions formation of appropriate questions that part we have done we have to do that sections okay okay let's start this part so here formulating appropriate questions so formulating of test and question should be based on the parameters given below so whenever we are formulating yes matching we have started we have done matching okay so now I'm going to do formulating appropriate questions so when somebody will be asking you how can we formulating appropriate questions. So if anybody because that one tripod will be there, you ask uncle where is the tripod? Like this one more stand will be there, tripod. It is called as tripod. Okay. So this formulating part, so formulating of test and question should be based on parameters given below. So what and all parameters will be there? Okay. Up, it is there. So now look at getting appropriate answers. For getting appropriate answers only, we must be formulating it. Understood? So now look at if a question is vague or improperly worded, the answer will be insufficient or inappropriate. This is most important part. See, कोई भी question को हमको उस तरह से set करना पड़ेगा ताकि student को clear cut समझ में आए. एक बार student किसी question को clear cut समझ लेता है तो उसको आंसर करने में उसको आसानी होता है मींस दे विल बी एबल टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन वाह एंड सो मच टू पीपल आर डिजर्विंग चॉकलेट actually they are asking you to focus on this okay yes okay date and the same yes we'll celebrate it okay all the students all coaching students okay so now look here so see if the questions are there so appropriate question answering should be done understood or not so 100% when appropriate question answering should be done so we must be checking that कि question तो ढंग से डाला है ना अगर question ढंग से नहीं डालेंगे अगर मुझे तुम्हारा नाम पूछना मैं तुमसे पूछूंगी रुचि तुम्हारे लिए तुम्हारा नाम क्या है तो 100% तुम्हारे लिए तुम्हारा नाम क्या है का कोई मतलब नहीं बनता तुम्हारा नाम क्या है इज अ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन सो यहाँ पे यही एक काम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है फॉर्मुलेटिंग एप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन उसके लिए गेटिंग एप्रोप्रिएट आंसर के लिए हमको एक एप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन होना चाहिए ठीक है नाउ कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस तो हमको कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस को डिसाइड करना है कैसे करेंगे हम देखो डिसाइड वेदर ईच क्वेश्चन इज इंफॉर्मेशनल जजमेंटल एनालिटिकल एक्सेट्रा एक चीज हमेशा याद रखना सीबीएसई जो है वो दो तरह का क्वेश्चन बहुत देते हैं एनालिटिकल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं जजमेंटल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वैल्यू बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ठीक है इंफॉर्मेशनल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं सीबीएसई कभी भी किसी भी टारगेट को अचीव करने के लिए ऐसा क्वेश्चंस पूछता है जहां पे इंफॉर्मेशंस का वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा होता है ठीक है सो डिसाइड वेदर ईच क्वेश्चन इज इंफॉर्मेशनल जजमेंटल एनालिटिकल एंड यूज द एप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन वर्ड लाइक whom, where, when, what, how और why. So these questions में जब हम questions पूछते हैं तो उस questions में हम ये words को जरूर use करते हैं. इससे क्या होता है कि information जो होता है वो खुल करके आता है. ठीक है, मतलब जो क्वेश्चन पूछना है वो क्वेश्चन भी खुल करके आता है और आंसर को भी हम अच्छे से कर सकते हैं. सो दिस इज एग्जैक्टली द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. आई होप यू माइट हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस कि डिसाइड वेदर. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. दिस इज व्हाट इट इज कॉल्ड एज कैटेगरी ऑफ क्वेश्चन. फर्स्ट पार्ट क्या सीखा हमने? गेटिंग एप्रोप्रिएट आंसर. एक एप्रोप्रिएट आंसर के लिए एक एप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन होना चाहिए. टू गेट एन एप्रोप्रिएट आंसर वी मस्ट हैव एन एप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन. Now category of question. Which category, which questions are fitting and is it appropriately aligned with the content what we have studied? That is also very important. Okay. Now next is important elements. So जो chapter का part है, focus on important element of correct answer to use keywords in the question. ये भी एक तरह का questions होता है. एक मिनट ना. Now all set. All monkeys were shouting. Now look here. Focus on the important element of correct answer to use the keyword in the question. हाँ, question में हम appropriate content को जब use करते हैं तो keyword को डाल करके answer हम सही से लिख सकते हैं. तो ये कुछ parameters होते हैं जिसको हम judgment डाल करके निकाल सकते हैं. मतलब देखो, इसका मतलब सिंपल है कि जब when you are solving any question, so you know that these are the most important point. Understood? Like when we are doing an experiment, boiling point is most important part. Now after boiling point, critical temperature is very important point. After critical temperature, drop down temperature is very important. The acid or base that is put in the test tube is also very important. So what are the critical contents that is connected to it, that has to be very nicely placed in that order. So that is exactly one of the most important point for an experiment. But how we are going to ask questions related to it? So here important elements को उसके हिसाब से. तो जब whenever we will ask any question like कि in this experiment what was the critical temperature taken or what was the content taken at that point. So in this way we are exactly highlighting the most important part of the experiment by questionnaire. I hope you might have understood this. Now assessing readiness level of learner. So here also one very important point comes कि why we are asking question. We are asking question to know that the learner has learned or not. So our basic area of conducting any test is learner based. Understood or not? That is the learner ready to answer the question? Is the learner ready to get on to the point where the knowledge of the topic is inside his brain or not? So many things are there. One by one, we need to justify that. So that's not justification actually. We need to check. So for that evaluation, we are doing this. So now here, assessing readiness level of learner. Readiness level of student for the particular topic to be taught in the classroom can be tested through a pre-instruction assessment, which is that is preview the upcoming topic. That's only we people are doing now. So in a class, we are doing the same thing. The student is ready or not. So when two things are actually happening in the classroom, when you are starting a new topic, you want to connect the new topic with the old topic. So whenever you are connecting the new topic with the old topic, whenever you are connecting the new topic with the old topic, you do only one big work. And that important work you are doing is you ask some questions related to the old topic. Why you are doing this? So that you will be knowing that the student is ready for the new topic. So if the previous topic itself is like a bomb throwing on the head of the student, means 100% the student is not mentally ready. Because see, Before starting any content, we must know that the student should be in that frame of mind. There is a very important word called as proper frame of mind. Understood not? So what is the meaning of frame of mind? Frame of mind means here that is the student mentally ready to understand it. If they are not mentally ready, means you should be quitting. No, you should not be quitting. You should try. I hope you might have understood this. So you should be trying hard to let the student understand what was your perspective of asking that question. So that also is a very important point. Huh? So here readiness level of student for a particular topic to be taught in the classroom can be tested through a pre-instruction assessment, which is preview the upcoming topic. We are going to make a small introduction of the upcoming topic. Understood? Determines prior mastery of student knowledge, skill and understanding before the topic is taught. So definitely now we will be definitely discussing some things related to the topic. We'll try to make it little bit light. See, if very much heavy topic will be there and you are making it more tougher, means the student won't be able to understand it. See, judgment will not come. Second is the student will quit. See, mentally quit means the student will not be able to understand your thing. Understood or not? So mental quit should not be there. They should be holding the topic very nicely inside them. So that's also one of the most important parameters. Understood? Now gauges appropriate content and pacing of instruction for individual student and help the teacher make instructional decision about student strength and need, which include, so we are going to first understand the need of the student. See, any topic, like I want to teach a topic about a history topic or English grammar topic. So definitely from the punch you, what is the time for class? 4 to 5 was time of class. I came at 4:45. You came 4:45. You do one thing, bring maths book. I'll give you some work. Call Kanishka also. You call that Kanish, can you say that a ma'am told to come here and solve maths practice 1 hour. Okay. Call. In group you message. Okay. So here most important part is recognizing student preference for learning and identifying student interest, curiosities and passion. These are most important areas. Okay. Readiness for making the student get ready for answering a question here. There are many different ways. Okay. We need to generate a curiosity. Abhishek Raj. Okay. So Abhishek is the name of my brother. So suddenly I saw my brother join the class. So definitely we need to make the student ready. So first student interest we have to identify, generating curiosity we have to do, and we have to generate a passion. Like we have to keep on telling them, okay, this is the most important topic and you can do it. And this topic can lead you to, you have to keep on telling the good things about that topic so that the student should be in the league of understanding it. Rather than quitting it, they should be accepting the content. I hope you might have understood. Ruchi, is it understandable? So readiness level of student for a particular topic is one of the most important part. You must make them ready to understand the content, and once they are ready mentally, there will definitely be some curiosity level will be there, and their passion will be shown. So like a student is knowing how to use AI nicely, understood not? And you know that how to what you call trigger that point. And when you trigger that point, the student real knowledge came out because you wanted to teach a topic in Python or some other sections, and definitely you know that this student can do it. So you will just trigger 2 or 3 points. After that, you will see that whatever knowledge that child is having, they will passionately reflect it, and they will be taking so much curiosity they will show, and they'll say, I can do it, I can do this. So definitely that's called a trigger point for a teacher, and you must know when to trigger which student and which part of that topic that student can show curiosity about. I hope you have understood this one. So recognizing student preference for learning and identifying students' interest, curiosity and passion is one of the most important things. Never leave a student unattended in the class, specifically if a student is having hidden talent. So if you are a computer teacher, if you are an English grammar teacher or mathematics teacher, and you know that the student itself don't know the level of knowledge what he or she is having, and you are exactly wanting to be that student in that place, and the student is not coming, means you need to trigger them up. Understood? Sometimes negative words can also trigger a student because it will come and hurt that student. And definitely after hurting that, the person will keep on doing the correct word. I hope you might have understood this one. So now we will go for enhancing learning and critical thinking in the classroom. So how we are going to enhance learning and critical thinking? Critical thinking is a skill. 100% it is a part of skill. It's not only in the brain, it's a skill that learner will need and use beyond their school years also. Definitely now, critical thinking, you are not only thinking in classroom. So like today I have to solve a math and I'm just a mathematics question, so I'm using my brain. It's not like that. Critical thinking never leaves you. Either you are in that part, either you are in that part or not, but critical thinking is that part of your life. It will never leave you. Either you are working anywhere or you are exactly not studying also, the critical thinking will never leave you. You will keep on thinking something. If you are not doing anything also, then too you are thinking. It may be study related, it may be life related, it may be business related, it may be anything related, but definitely the critical thinking will keep on letting you go, and because of that thinking only you come into some conclusions and decisions. You need to remember this. Okay, bring book. Beta, book is down. Ninth class one book will be on table. Can you bring that? Did you inform Kanish? I called him. Okay, at least NCRT book is there. Na? Give me, I'll give some important questions. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. Huh? Last class I taught all this, no? 3, 4, 5, 6. These 4 questions, can you try and solve? If you are not able to solve this, I'll teach. But at least try these questions. 3, 4, 5, 6. That triangle chapter. So now we are going to understand. So we are going to understand that if the school years also, so in keeping up with the ever-changing technology advances, student will need to obtain. I have a class test so you can start that exercise. If any doubt will be there, I'll help you. Huh? So understand and analyze information on much more efficient level. It is the job of an educator to equip students with the strategies and skills they need to think critically to cope up with complex problems. This can be accomplished by using teaching strategies to encourage creativity. This will allow students to become critical thinker also. 100% now. So see, it's not like that the teacher which you were getting in junior classes, same teacher is going to teach you AI technology. It's not like that now. Time to time, your mentor is changing. That person who is guiding you, grooming you, shaping your career will be different. So in your career path, you will be finding some mentors which will come in your life for training you, for teaching you, for guiding you, for shaping you. So definitely they will keep on coming in different pace in your life. So definitely, and they will let you have a critical thinking, understood or not, and they will make you think critically to accomplish your task. So these are different parts, understood or not. Now these are strategies, so they will let you gain some strategies, and with the help of these strategies only you will be able to come up in your career. But these strategies what you are building up is coming because of critical thinking. So one day you thought, another day you are going to reconnect that thought with a new thought, and then there is a connectivity between the previous thought and the new thought. So in this way we'll keep on generating link between different thoughts. I hope you might have understood this one. So these strategies should include the method as given below. Assist in finding the solution. Definitely this is one important thing. So but every teacher, they have a normal work, that common work. What I can say, the best word here is the common work. They will guide you to assist, they will guide you or assist you for one thing, and that is to find the solution, understood or not. So they will always help you to find a solution. It's not only for mathematics, it is for all the language learning, AI, everything. Means you need to find a solution of the problem that is given in the contest. Understood? Contest of the topic what you are reading. So assist in finding the solution. So whatever critical thinking part will be there, or whatever strategies you are making, each strategies will lead you to find a solution. So you are making a strategy to find a solution. That's the most important part. I hope you might have understood. Try responding with, let's think about how we can find the solution. Then you can assist the student in figuring out the best possible solution. So 100%, let's think. Like these type of words we are using. Like let's think of finding the student in figuring out best possible solution. So 100%, whatever things are there, we'll keep on trying. We'll keep on trying. We'll keep on giving some solutions. Okay. So brainstorming. Regardless of the subject, let student think about what they will be doing, learning or reading, before actually starting each activity. 100% ना, कोई भी एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट करने से पहले मतलब एक काम दिया, मतलब एक सेमिनार, मीन्स जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड, विल टेक वन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ सेमिनार और वन टॉपिक डिस्कशन. So definitely the student will not start directly speaking because they don't have any connectivity with the topic. So what they will do, they will just first take the content, they will read, they'll write, they will make some point. So these things are the strategies. These things are the strategies to let to go to that activity or get to go to that debate or get to go to that seminar. So 100% one strategy will be needing, and for that creative thinking will be also needing, and critical thinking also will be needing. I hope Ruchi you might have understood. Here creative thinking is also needed, critical thinking is also needed. See, creative thinking because you want the topic to be well versed by you and you should be representing it better than others. So you need to be very creative than others. Understood? Or not? Critical, you should have that condensed feeling. Like, okay, fine, I will be able to present, and you should have that what you called futuristic approach in that part. And that's why it is always a part of critical and creative section. Understood? So ask question like, what do you think this chapter will be about? Or tell me three things you think you will be learning in this lesson. What will about the language? Give student every opportunity to have a critical thinking. So definitely we will have to generate a critical thinking skill for the student. So definitely whenever we are generating this, we are getting an idea. Okay, fine. We are getting an idea. Okay, fine, this is exactly the area of interest we are exactly going to generate inside the student. And definitely about the chapter, about the topic, we need to generate that critical thinking parameters inside the student. Classify and categorize. This is another important point. Critical thinking requires student to understand and apply a set of rules. Correct? Now they have to understand and they have to apply a set of rules. Give students a variety of objects and ask them to identify each object and then sort object into categories. That's what. So critical thinking will be ensuring the student to categorize some things and then to sort out and then to compare and then to bring up the object. I hope you might have understood this one. Is it clear to you? I hope you might have understood this section. These are most important parts. So now we are going to go for the next section. Now you see, compare and contrast. This is another thing. So classify and categorize, I did not finish. First I need to finish that one. So how to classify and how to categorize this part. So classify and categorize. Critical thinking requires student to understand and apply a set of rules. Yes. The student itself will make some set of rules and they will apply. So give student a variety of object and ask them to identify each object and then short object into categories. So this is one simple thing. This is for junior class. We will do it. We will give something to the student and we will say, hey, can you categorize this? These are cubic box. These are square boxes. These are perpendicular. This is this that. So definitely, what they will do, they will take the boxes. They will align the boxes. They'll try to understand, interpret the part, and then they will be categorizing into different sections. Are you understanding that? So they classify and categorize is one of the thing, because what they will see, they will try to interpret as a result by classifying them. So that's a very important point. Okay, now next is compare and contrast. 100%. Now if two cubic boxes I will give you and I will say that which one is which color, so definitely you will compare. Okay, this looks more of red and this looks more of orange. So you will say this box is this is also cubic box, this is also cubic box, but this is a red color and this is an orange color. So you compare and you contrast it. Compared means both are cubic. Okay, so in comparison you find similarity, that okay, both are cubic but one is red color, one is orange color. So you compared also and you contrasted also. I hope you might have understood. So classify and categorize, compare and contrast, they are one of the part of it. So we can have student compare and contrast just about anything. For instance, compare and contrast the weather forecast for today and yesterday. Compare the shape and color of pumpkin to another vegetable and so on. So yes, I took a cube, they talked about pumpkin. So definitely there is a comparison and there is a contrast work going on. Now make connections. So if somebody will be asking you to make connections, how you are going to make connections? They will be asking you some part. Okay, but can we make some connections? So encourage students to make connections to a real life situation and identify pattern. This will help them to practice the critical thinking skill. That's very unique now, and they will be able to connect also. So first I will teach a student about cuboid. And then I will ask the student that can you name 5 objects that is in cuboid shape. So definitely the student first will be able to understand that the cuboid length, breadth and width will not be same. After that they will analyze it, then they will categorize in their home what and all things are mostly looking like cuboid. And then you have to give some live examples, like okay, the book which I am holding in my hand, this is looking like more of cuboid, it is not at all cubic. So definitely after seeing them, the student will get the idea, like okay, ma'am is having the book which is not in cubic section, it is cuboid. Then they will start relating it, and once their relation starts, what they will do, they will start categorizing the other books and they will start telling that okay, this is cuboid, this is cube, my mobile is cuboid in shape, my remote is cuboid in shape. After that they will say the sugar cube is cubic in shape. So definitely what they did, once they understood how to contrast, how to what you call categorize, after that they will start making connections, and they will start making connections with live examples. I hope you might have understood. So for junior children, this is very important task, because it will not only give them a brainstorming experience. So these are all brainstorming experience where the brain is exactly critically working. The brain is trying to interpret. See, brain analyzes here, brain interpret here, and then brain gives a feedback also. And whatever you are doing now, categorizing, and after categorizing you are comparing, contrasting, in everything these are all part of brainstorming activities. कि जब हम एक चीज से दूसरे चीज को कंपेयर करते हैं, जब हम एक कंडीशन से दूसरे कंडीशन पे जाते हैं, जब हम एक नया रिलेशन एस्टैब्लिश करते हैं, तो इन सब केसेस में हम खुद को एक नए पैरामीटर में डालते हैं, एक पैरामीटर में डालते हैं जहाँ पे हम लर्निंग स्किल को दूसरे फेज में लेके जाते हैं। क्योंकि अभी आज मैंने क्यूब और क्यूबॉइड पढ़ा, तो क्यूब और क्यूबॉइड सिर्फ पढ़ा नहीं, उसके शेप को एनालाइज किया, उनको कॉन्ट्रास्ट किया, उनको कैटेगराइज किया कि एक भाई क्यूब है, दूसरा क्यूबॉइड है, एक का ये होता है, दूसरा का ये होता है। उसके बाद अपने ब्रेन में सारे कंडीशंस को डाल करके एक रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस जनरेट किया, और उस रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस के थ्रू घर में जितना सामान रखा हुआ था उन सबको क्यूब और क्यूबॉइड, मतलब जो उस शेप के अंदर आ रहे थे उन सबको क्यूब और क्यूबॉइड में डिफरेंशिएट कर दिया। मुझे अच्छे से समझ में आया, क्योंकि बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है। सो ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का एक्टिविटीज जो होता है ना, उससे एक रिलेशन में क्वेश्चंस आता है, तो यहाँ पे ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट हो जाएगा, इसको ध्यान से सुनना। तो ठीक है, सो प्रोवाइड ग्रुप अपॉर्चुनिटीज, ये तो इंडिविजुअल का हो गया। अब ब्रेन, देखो जब हम अकेले काम करते हैं तो हमारे ब्रेन को पता होता है कि कहीं से कोई सपोर्ट आने वाला है नहीं, तो हम क्या करते हैं कि जो भी हमारा इनपुट्स है वो इनपुट्स खुद लाते हैं और खुद में उस इनपुट्स को व्हाट यू कॉल फीड करके इनपुट्स को हम डाल करके वो एनालाइज करके निकालते हैं। बट जब हमको कोई तरफ से कोई सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता, तो उस केस में जब हमको कहीं से कोई सपोर्ट नहीं मिलता, तो हमको पता रहता है कि भाई आज तो सारा चीज खुद से करना है। तो जब when you are about to do everything on your own and there is no person to support you, एक मिनट। ओके, तो हमको पता है कि कहीं से कोई लिंक आने वाला नहीं, कोई सपोर्ट मिलने वाला नहीं। बट जब हम ग्रुप एक्टिविटी करते हैं तो हमारे पास बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटी होता है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे हमको डिफरेंट टाइप के स्टूडेंट्स मिलते हैं। ये नहीं है कि हम पूरा सपोर्ट सिस्टम किसी दूसरे के ऊपर में डाल दें और फिर सोचे कि यार अब तो सब कुछ वही करेगा, ये नहीं होना चाहिए। ग्रुप एक्टिविटीज में क्या होता है, जो तुम अकेले में कर रहे थे उसका, और अपने जो फ्रेंड्स हैं, वॉट एवर फ्रेंड्स आर देयर हु आर एक्चुअली helping you to finish that work, them and you have to all merge them together and then come up with some conclusion. That's the most important part. So here group setting are the best way for student to indulge in critical thinking, क्योंकि तुमको बाहर से एक फीडबैक मिल रहा है, बाहर से तुमको एक्सटर्नल सपोर्ट मिल रहा है। यहाँ पे in such setting they get exposed to the thought process of their peer. They learn how to understand how other people think and that their own way is not the only route to explore. Correct ना? कि जब हम अकेले रहते हैं तो खुद का बॉस रहते हैं। Means whenever we are thinking alone, that means we are the only boss. Whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing, we are generating all the ideas on our own only. So that time we are supposed to be the boss. We are doing everything on our own. So वो सिस्टम अलग हो जाता है, ठीक है। पर जहाँ पर एक ग्रुप आ जाता है, जहाँ पे ग्रुप में लोग हो जाते हैं, तो उस लोग के साथ जब हम कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, जब हम उनके साथ आगे बढ़ते हैं। हाउ वाज द एग्जाम? Okay, so let's thus when this valuable skills is introduced, तो जब अकेले रहते हैं तो खुद के बॉस रहते हैं, हमको कोई किसी से डर नहीं रहता, किसी से कोई ये नहीं है, जो भी करना है अकेले में करना है, एनालाइज भी करना है तो खुद से करना है, कोई सिस्टम का वेट नहीं करते। पर जहाँ पे हमारे साथ ग्रुप में, जैसे मैं और तुम कोई एक प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पे हम दोनों का दिमाग लगेगा। तो बोलोगे खुशबू ये गलत है, इसको ऐसे मत करो, और मैं बोलूँगी कि यार इसमें इसको कुछ ऐड कर सकते हैं, तो हम दोनों के क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग वहाँ पे ऐड हुआ, तो हम दोनों को लर्निंग करने का प्रोसेस मिला, हम लोग को लर्निंग करने का एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला। So when this valuable skills is introduced to student early in the education process, student will be capable of thinking complex thought and become better problem solver when presented in difficult problems. So it is important for student to possess a variety of skill, but this just be as important for them to understand the skill as well as how and when to use this. दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट रुचि, जो कि हम लोगों ने अभी सीखा था। ठीक है, अभी हम लोगों ने जो सीखा ना, असेसिंग लर्नर अचीवमेंट। अब लर्नर की अचीवमेंट को कैसे असेस कर सकते हैं? To assess actual learner achievement, students should be asked to perform a task rather than selection and answer for a ready-made list. For instance, a student may be asked to explain historical event, generate a scientific hypothesis, solve mathematics problem, converse in a foreign language, or even conduct research on an assigned topic. So ये सब exploration है रुचि. Whatever is there. Okay, okay. I was unable to answer your question na morning you asked. So definitely इसमें क्या है, experienced teacher to other what you call experienced teachers or other experienced assessors then judge the quality of the student work based on agreed upon set of criteria. So ये see, understand this कि ये सब जो है ना, ये एक एक्सप्लोरेशन है ऑफ स्किल एंड नॉलेज इन्हेंसमेंट भी है, स्किल इन्हेंसमेंट भी है। कि वन चैप्टर आई गेव यू एंड आई टोल्ड दैट दिस इज रिलेटेड टू हिस्ट्री लाइक गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया, अंडरस्टैंड नॉट? सो आफ्टर दैट व्हाट यू कॉल गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया, लाइक ऐसा कोई टॉपिक दिया हुआ और उसमें जितने भी हिस्टोरिकल मॉन्यूमेंट्स हैं और जितने भी कंटेंट्स हैं उन सबको उठा करके तुम्हारे सामने पटक दिया गया और टीचर ने कहा कि भाई इसका सारा एनालिसिस करके दे दो। तो जब हम ऐसा कर रहे हैं तो इस केस में क्या हो रहा है कि हमको, अगर हम गूगल में सर्च भी कर रहे हैं ना, तो सर्च करने के बाद जो थोड़ा बहुत टॉपिक आ रहा है उसको कॉपी पेस्ट करने से पहले पढ़ेंगे तो जरूर ना। टीचर को भी इतना पता होता है कि अरे यार इसको ये टॉपिक दे रहा है तो 100% कुछ तो पढ़ेगा, कुछ तो रिसर्च करेगा उसमें। ऐसा तो टीचर पढ़ाएंगे और स्टूडेंट क्या करेगा, हाँ 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 सब समझ में आ गया। वो लोग बॉर्न अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है उनका, तो वो एक टॉपिक जनरेशन के लिए वो समझ में सारा, वो मतलब बॉर्न इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं, कुछ स्टूडेंट बॉर्न इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं। बट वही अगर उनको हम सेमिनार और इन सब में घसीटते हैं तो क्या करते हैं, उनके पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं बचता और उस वक्त उनको वो पढ़ना पड़ता है और वो पढ़ करके उसको एनालाइज करते हैं। सो आई होप यू माइट हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस वन रुचि। सो मेरा दूसरा क्लास है अभी, इसके बाद थोड़ा सा टॉपिक बचा है, कल ये टॉपिक कंप्लीट करेंगे। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच रुचि। मैं दूसरे क्लास में जा रही हूँ, आज थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो गया था, सारा सिस्टम अपडेट करना पड़ा, लेट हो गया। कल भी ऐसे ही क्लास लूँगी, ठीक है, जल्दी क्लास लूँगी। 4 to 5 अगर बोलोगे तो ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा मेरे लिए। 4 to 5 सोच के बताना, 4 to 5 इज ओके फॉर यू? इज 4 to 5 ओके फॉर यू रुचि? ओके, ये ज़्यादा सही रहेगा। Okay, bye. Now only class 10th I am going to start.